Hello, 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 everybody. Oh my gosh, so excited to be here today. This is essentially, Amber, episode one of Ignite
Wow.
Your Story. Yes, yes. All right, you guys, I'm so excited to bring my friend Amber. Amber and I actually met, Amber Horne. We met 3 years ago in January in one of the strangest places in the world, like because the world was just starting to come back together again. And so we actually got to meet each other in the cenotes of Mexico back 3 years ago. She's not only an extraordinary mom of six, I just cannot wait for you to hear her story. She's also a grandmother. We live in separate areas of the world. Like I'm in Boston, she's on the West Coast, I'm on the East Coast. But sometimes when those two coasts combine, beautiful things happen. So I'm proud to say she's not only a friend of mine, she's a business partner and an inspiration to me. She's an amazing tech wizard. I could go on and on and on again, but I'm going to let Amber Horne, introduce herself a little bit. Just give us a little bit of your background, Amber. Who are you, and a little bit about you. Welcome.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much, Lori. I'm excited to be on here. And yes, that trip to Mexico was amazing. I loved it. It was in January when it was raining and cold and wet here. And it was so nice to get down in some nice weather and meet new friends. So that was a special time. So yeah, I live out in Oregon. I am a mom of six. I'm an empty nest mom of six now. They're all grown and out of the house. And that has brought some interesting transition. I'm in a place now where I need to kind of rekindle passions, rekindle hobbies, try to figure out what I want to do with my life. And I didn't expect to be here. When your kids are little, you feel like it's never going to end. Like you're going to be completely giving yourselves to them for years and years and years. And then all of a sudden they grow up so fast. And now I'm like, now what? So this is my year to rediscover what my now what is. And I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I love that. I feel like, as you probably do too, being in this profession of network marketing, we're coming across lots of women that are looking for something more. They are looking for something better, and maybe sometimes they're just nervous to take that step into it. So let me just first back up. You have six children. What is the age range of the kids?
Okay, so my youngest, they are identical twin boys and they're 19. And then my oldest son is 27. So
Okay.
I have two girls and four boys.
How funny is that? Because I have two, and one's 19 and one's 27, but I don't have the mix in the middle. So somebody might look at your life first of all and be like, "Holy smokes, this lady has like six kids, two grandkids. How in the world is she going to have the time to fit in anything additional?" Or maybe, "Oh my gosh, this lady just finally got rid of her nest, so she probably doesn't want to add on an extra like layer of activity." But I feel like you probably feel, I'm like, "Oh crap, now what?" So, what was like really your motivation for wanting to do what we call network marketing? I mean, everybody calls it something different: social networking, affiliate marketing, network marketing. I've always called it network marketing because that's what I'm doing. I'm networking and I'm marketing, and I love it. So, what was your motivation, like finally getting the empty nest to want to step into something a little bit more?
Awesome question. So when I first joined, it's been a little over 3 years. I still had three kids at home, and I was still doing the whole teenage mom thing where there's constant activities and games and places to go and things to do. And I actually didn't seek out network marketing. That wasn't something I ever felt comfortable doing. I am extremely introverted, and I always viewed network marketing as a sales gig.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something I am absolutely 100% not comfortable with. I don't like asking people to buy something from me. It makes me super uncomfortable. And so I've avoided network marketing my entire life. Like I wouldn't go to the different parties and the different activities and the catalogs, and like I just avoided the whole scene. And I found a product that completely changed my life. I weighed 100 pounds more than I do right now. And I found something that just made me happier, healthier, gave me energy. And I couldn't help but open my mouth about it. And so that's kind of where I started. I wanted to help people who are at a place where I was. Just like in 6 months, I completely transformed. And I had lived a lot of years in bed. I'd get the kids off to school. As soon as the coast was clear, I would sneak back in my bed and just see how long I could sleep. I mean, I was extremely heavy, extremely sad, no energy. My body hurt. And I was just counting down the hours of how long I could stay in bed before that school bell rang and I had to be mom again. And there were a lot of challenging years, and I lost myself. But through network marketing and through just the self-development that I have found in the industry, I've completely reinvented myself and found my light again. My light was dimmed for a lot of years because I lost myself. You know, as a mom, it's a hard balance to keep that light shining and be there for your kids. So I didn't do good at balancing that. I lost myself.
Yeah. Man, I hear that a lot, but just hearing it from you, because we're close friends, it really is resonating deep here inside of my heart right now. Give me a second. I hear that so much, that us moms, like, we give so much all day long, and we don't put ourselves first. And it's not that we're putting ourselves last. We just forget about ourselves. We get lost, right? We get lost in that shuffle. And so a lot of times we don't have the self-confidence or the self-esteem to really even step up and do things outside of our house. So what would you say gave you that motivation to say, was it just the feeling that you felt from that particular product? Or what would you say was, how did you dig down and do this work over the last 3 years? Because you are a shining light in our community. You are the helper of all. You are a genius on tech. You are an amazing social media. You know, you've got all those things going for you. You probably didn't have any of that happening 3 years ago. What was it that helped you to step inside and see you had all these gifts that had to be let out? It's almost like you're a caged animal, and then these gifts start appearing, right?
That's exactly what it was like, Lori. It was crazy. And to be honest, I did have a lot of skills that I had learned at a younger age that just kind of lay dormant for a lot of years. And I had zero confidence. I struggled with mom guilt. I thought that I was doing such a horrible job of raising my kids. I thought I was a horrible wife, a horrible housekeeper. And it was all weight related, right? Because I couldn't physically do a whole lot. The kids wanted to go on a hike. Well, guess what? Mom stayed back. We would go on vacation and mom would sit and watch while everyone else did the activities. And you deal with a lot of guilt when you don't participate at that level with your family. Yeah. And so I had about this much self-esteem. But what really switched things for me, honestly, was I opened my mouth about the product and I started seeing it impact other people. And I would think, wait a minute, because I offered that, because I said that person's life is changing, that lit me up so much that it gave me the confidence that I was lacking, because I had something that somebody else could benefit from. And so I took baby steps into the community. When we met, I had only been in network marketing for about 4 or 5 months. Mm-hmm. And I was still in those baby steps where we would have an event and I struggled to force myself to go. And I remember specifically, I had just given my kids a lecture about trying new things and doing hard things and putting yourself out of your comfort zone. And that's how you learn and how you grow. Well, the next day, somebody in our company called me and invited me to our first event. And I said, oh, no, I can't do that. Like, I'm literally was afraid of people. Wow. And then I got off the phone and I remembered that conversation I had with my kids the day before. And I was like, take your own advice, push yourself, go, make yourself uncomfortable. And that was the step that I needed to really immerse myself into self-development, into figuring out what skills do I have that are transferable into this industry. And there were several, and they kept coming up. And I was really surprised as I started doing more things. My confidence would build, my certainty would build, people would respond in a positive way. I was even told that I was good at speaking like this in an interview or hosting a call, which totally shocked me. 3 years ago, if you would have told me I was like in public speaking, I would have been like, no, thank you. I can't do that. That is scary. But it was just baby steps, and just getting that confidence. And then all of a sudden I just blossomed, and I keep blossoming, and I keep plugging in, and I keep challenging myself every single day. And it's not about selling a product. And that was the turning point for me. It was just about sharing what I love and sharing it with the people that I love. And that made all the difference.
You're just like nailing this interview. And I can remember because I just know that there are so many people at home that need to hear this because they feel the same way you felt. And so thank you. I thank you again for being here, because I know that, just trying to get together in hectic times and all, but you really are nailing what people need to hear right now. And wow. Listen to what you just told your own kids. So there are so many transferable things that I believe come from network marketing and transfer over to our children. I had my daughter come in last night, 19 years old, and she had a book by Dr. Joe Dispenza, who, if you're in network marketing, we do a lot of manifesting, we do a lot of personal development and a lot of work on ourselves. But she's 19, and she came in with this quote about waking up tomorrow and being better you than you were the day before. My jaw almost dropped on the ground, because she's been watching me. But if I was to give her that advice, she wouldn't have taken it, right? So she had to find it on her own. So just talking about what you've said to your children and how now that's transferring over to you is just amazing. What is a piece of daily inspiration that you like to do? Because I hear you're immersed in your community. You're loving what you're sharing, right? Because it's helping other people and impacting them. And yes, I've seen tremendous growth in you. And not only that, Amber, I will never forget the first time I watched you do a guest call. I was live in the room with you. I was in awe. We got the brand new system that we have. You started talking about it, and I was like, she is so good at this. How does she know how to say all that? I was thinking, how could I ever do something like this? Like, honestly, we don't give ourselves enough credit for our gifts. So I'm just letting you know, you shine brighter than anybody I know. Like, you're an amazing human being. And to be able to come deep down and share these things that were holding you back for so many years is so important, because that other mom right now listening to this who's struggling at home, right? If she hears your story, she may just say, you know what? I'm going to go all in. I'm going to take baby steps, because Amber said, take baby steps, but I'm going to go all in. So what is it for you that inspires you every single day? What's that one thing, or is there one activity or something that you practice every day that just pushes you to move forward? Because I imagine you still struggle a bit. Not every day is rainbows and butterflies.
No, for sure. In fact, this weekend, I really struggled with my self-worth, and I go through cycles, but I just do the things. I am a religious person. I express my gratitude to God every day. I write down my gratitude. I attend workshops. I say what's called an innate statement, which is basically stepping into the person that I want to be and truly believe that I am, but may not always come across that way because of insecurities, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would say that those things, and just having like a supportive family and a supportive community here that we have in network marketing, which I am assuming is probably part of most companies in network marketing. I hear that over and over, like, this is the best community. And I truly feel that about our community. And just having the support and having people like you that makes me feel like, lights me up, makes me feel good about who I am and what I'm capable of doing. And just plugging into the community.
Yeah, I love that. Do you have anything you would love to share, like a little bit of a success that you could shine on yourself that maybe you kind of feel funny sharing, but you should celebrate everything. We learn that a lot here, especially in our company, celebrating all of the wins. But you have a win or something special that you want to share?
Yeah. So, okay, I have to tell you this. I grew up where I was the younger sister, and my older sister struggled with everything. And I seemed to be naturally good at a lot of things, especially athletically. So my parents were very sensitive to the fact that my older sister struggled, right? So they didn't celebrate me publicly. They celebrated me in private. They didn't want to say, oh my gosh, that was amazing in front of my older sister, because how would that make her feel? So it's been ingrained in my head that when I succeed, other people hurt or other people feel less than. So I have a hard time shining my light. I'll start shining it a little bit, and then I'll start hiding it. If I am getting too comfortable being in the limelight, I back out. And last year at our Epic Award ceremony, I got an award and I was asked to come up on stage. And I literally shut down. Like I grabbed the sides of my chair and I was like, no, I can't go up on a stage. This isn't happening. Somebody's going to feel bad. Like that's what was going through my head. Somebody's going to feel bad because I'm successful. So I have really had to work on being okay with shining my light and pushing through and not like reverting back. So one thing that I can brag about is I don't know if you've heard of the Cheer Choice Awards, but it is an organization, it's a nonprofit, and they honor creators on social media that are making a positive impact. And there's several categories that you can win an award in. And there was like this award ceremony, it's in April, kind of like the Academy Awards of social media. Right. Wow. You dress up in a formal and they have different categories and they open the envelope and it's like the whole shebang. So I am actually in the top 5 for the categories. Yeah. So I'll be in Vegas. I'll be up on the stage. I'll open the envelope. I doubt I will win. And that's okay with me because if I did, I might make somebody else feel bad. Right.
No.
But my category, so I was nominated in 2 categories. One was comedy. And the other one was transformation story. And so then what I do is I talk about it and ask people to vote for me because everyone can vote one time for free every single day. There's like several stages. It started out with like 75 people in each category, and then it got to the top 50 and then the top 10 and then the top 5. Wow. And so I have no idea. So the organization knows who won, but we won't find out publicly until April. But I really wanted people to vote for me in the transformational story category. I didn't care about the comedy because that's not impactful for other people. Maybe it is. I don't know. Yeah. In my mind, I want to inspire other people to transform their health. That's my goal. And so I want them to hear my story. I want them to see where I've been, where I am now, and where I'm going. And I really want to impact people in that sense. So that's something I could brag about is I will be on the stage in Las Vegas in April, and I'm excited.
I have like a professional, like a celebrity on here today. I didn't even know that was happening for you. I mean, okay, again, we'll go back to this. I love these interviews because they're generic and I don't know everybody. Like I'm not going to know the people that come on. I happen to know Amber, but I didn't know that was happening for you. So yay, congratulations, celebrate all. That's a huge win. Like, so Amber, you basically started with no social media skills 3 years ago and you have grown this beautiful empire through your voice on social media. Is that what I'm hearing you say?
Yeah. So I was challenged, like it's been about 3.5 years since I started showing up on social media. Before then, I had all the filters because I didn't want anyone to tag me on any platform and my picture would be out there and someone might see me. Like that would be horrible, you know? And I was, or my daughter had gone viral on a TikTok video and she was bragging about it. And I was like, all right, I'm taking this as a challenge because I'm a super competitive person. And so I thought that I could make a video go viral. And I wasn't in any of the videos. They were all like home footage of vacations or of my kids. And I started posting it and I started getting some traction. I started getting followers. And pretty soon you'll see like my head show up. Like if you go back to my first videos, you'll see my head show up in the corner. And I'm full on 100 pounds more than I am now. So these was huge steps for me. And then I would get more positive feedback and it kind of fueled me behind the camera. I gained this interesting confidence and I was full on dancing after a few months, head to toe in front of the camera for millions of people to see. And my account just kind of grew from there. And so my social media platform has gotten large, but it started with 0. I didn't have a TikTok. I didn't have an Instagram, and I had maybe 200 friends on Facebook. And in 3.5 years, just being vulnerable, just telling my story, just like truly wanting to impact other people is really taken off. So that's exciting for me.
Oh my, exciting. I'm excited for you. I love that. What advice would you give somebody at home that's like me saying, oh no, I don't know how to do tech. I could never do network marketing because of these limiting beliefs. What would you tell them?
I would say that your tribe will find you. So my tribe found me, and it may be different people that find Lori. And if you can authentically show up and talk about the hard things, which isn't easy all the time, then people are going to listen. People are going to want to hear, wait a minute, that happened to her. Well, that's happening to me. How did she get through that? How did she overcome that? Because we all have people that are going through the exact same things we're going through. And if you can talk about it on social media, you can have an impact, and people will listen and want to be part of what you're doing.
Did you have any fear, Amber, when you got started? Because another thing I hear quite a bit, and this was a fear of mine, because it happened. I'm so past it. But my question is, have you ever been in fear of what your friends or family may think of you, being on social media, being in network marketing and putting your story out there? Did that ever sit with you?
Yeah. So when I first started network marketing, I didn't put it really on social media. I kind of put it on TikTok because in my mind, that's not really where my friends and family were. That was like a new audience.
Yeah.
And so it took me a long time to get comfortable enough to where I was talking about it on Instagram and on Facebook. And what really was a game changer was impacting other people in a huge way. I have helped people lose over 200 pounds. One gal, she just got crowned Miss South Carolina.
Wow.
But to watch her go through that transformation, she has young kids, to watch her become the mom that she knew she was inside of her, but she wasn't physically able to be. I'm like, I need to open my mouth, and it's okay if people judge me, because I can have an impact and I can change lives by just sharing what I have. And so that was really hard. And the other part that's really hard that I had to overcome was the haters that I would get online, because there are people out there that aren't very nice, right? And we went to a conference about a year and a half ago, and Jay Shetty was speaking. He's one of the thought leaders that I really enjoy. And he said, often the people that need the most love ask for it in the most unlovable way. Yeah. So that really rung true to me. I started paying attention to the haters. I would get hate comments. And so I would go to their page and I would try to figure out where is this coming from? Why is this person lashing out? What is going on? And most of the time, what I found was, it was young boys between the ages of 10 and 14, right? And so here I am putting myself on social media as a mom of 6, doing mom things, providing a good home life for my kids. Well, a young man, I have boys, a young man who doesn't have that at home is going to hate that, because it's going to stir up some stuff. And that's who was lashing out at me. So it really changed my heart to trolls or haters or whatever you want to call them on social media, when I realized that there's a person behind the camera and there's a reason they're lashing out and being mean and trying to hurt me. And if I can try to envision, when I get a hate comment now, I just envision a sad little 12-year-old boy who may be struggling, who's been through things that I didn't go through when I was 12 years old. So
what great advice. Yeah. You often don't think of that. And I often wonder too, sometimes, why I don't get much of that. And I'm grateful, but I'm shocked that you found that these were 10 to 14-year-old boys. But that makes really a lot of sense if you think about the opposite of what you were doing was attracting that type of person looking for your love.
Yeah.
That's amazing to me. So that's something to think about if you are growing your business through social media. And we all do it different ways, and that's what I love about this type of business as well. Because as moms, as women, we can work online, we can work offline, we can really choose how we're going to fit this into our lives. You may be in wellness. Amber and I are both in health and wellness. You may be in skincare or fingernail care or whatever, right? So the cool part about network marketing is it offers women that have families or not the opportunity to build a legacy, have income beyond our wildest dreams, things that we never really even thought of. I just talked with a new girl yesterday. Her main goal is $150 a month. And I think that that's amazing. I know it will evolve and change after that. So what are some of your future goals, Amber, when your income is, we don't talk numbers here, but when your income is where you have that freedom, or if it is now, I don't know, to just do whatever it is you want to do, bless who you want to bless. What is your future goal with network marketing?
Well, first of all, I would like to retire my husband. We're not quite there yet. And he's getting to the age where he could retire in a few years. But when my kids moved away, they went to college and they kind of left the state of Oregon. And so most of them settled in Utah. And I would love to buy a house, be able to have the money to buy a big house with a big kitchen, a big great room with lots of bedrooms. So we can gather as a family. We can have family dinners. They can come bring their families and, just raise their families together and have those Sunday meals or, spend Christmases together. So that would be like the top of my list. And, it's there. It's something that's definitely attainable, but I would say that that's my number one goal right now. And then, also to be able to vacation, like we just took the family to Hawaii in September. My oldest son lives there and we had a family vacation there. And so I was able to pay for that with the income. So, and then, pay for my kids' weddings and things that I never would have been able to do had I not taken the step to earn income and be able to. I don't want to say a side gig because it's now become something that I'm passionate about, and it's more than that. But yeah, I'm able to do things I never thought I would do.
That's awesome, and I feel like all that you're sharing here in the last 3 years has really opened up a whole new life for you because of this profession. Like. It's not about a product. That's why this is beyond the sale, because I want people to see who you are besides feeling good about, selling products. I think that people look in at network marketers is that's all she wants from me is another sale. And clearly by showing your heart and other people's hearts, that's not what we're trying to do at all. As a matter of fact, we're trying to impact and create and help. And when people see the inside of it, I think it looks so, so, so different. So, I mean, I want to just thank you so much for sharing everything, pouring your heart out here. What would be one last tip you would say to somebody that's kind of on the fence? Their friend might be calling them 5 or 6 times and they're going, oh my gosh, she's a pest. Even though deep down inside, I know that friend has so much love and respect for you. That's why she's brave enough to keep calling. But what would be one last tidbit of advice that you could give somebody that's just sort of feeling like you did in the beginning? I'm not worthy. I'm not good enough. I just want a nap. I don't know. Like, oh God, they're going to think I'm just selling things. What's one last tidbit of info you would give a woman to inspire them to just move forward?
Okay, so Lori, I'm going to have to go back to the advice that I gave my children. And that was, if you want to grow, if you want to change, if you want to develop and become something that you're not yet, you have to make the move. You have to take the risk. In order to grow, you have to go. And I gave my kids that advice, not even thinking about it applying to myself. And then I had to give myself that advice the next day. And so that would be the advice that I would share with anybody is don't stay in your safe zone or you won't continue to progress and grow. And if you can make yourself just a little bit uncomfortable, you're going to grow a little. And if you make yourself a little bit more uncomfortable, you're going to grow a little bit. And pretty soon you're going to become this person that you had always wanted to be, but you didn't know how to.
Yeah. Oh, such good stuff. Such good. So if you don't grow, no, go. Give me that line again, because I loved that.
No, if you don't go, you don't grow.
If you don't go, you don't grow. Be a yes person. Be a yes person. I remember hearing those words at our very first event in Mexico. Be a yes person, because if you had kept saying no to yourself, we wouldn't have this light shining in our world right now, known as Amber. So, Amber, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I hope that you'll come back again after these awards, because I already know you're probably going to win. You put that belief out there into the planet, and I'm going to take it back from you right now. You are going to probably win. I can see it now. So let's put that out into the universe. And I just want to thank you so much for sharing your heart, your wisdom, what the last 3 years of your life had looked like and what it looked like before, because there are a lot of people out there right now looking and struggling and wanting more or better. And maybe you already have better, but you just want that one more layer. This could totally be what you're looking for. So always just be open-minded, and we're going to have you back as soon as those awards are over. So thank you so much for sharing.
All right. Thank you for having me. I really enjoyed talking to you and just sharing my message because I think it will give people hope.
Awesome. I think I shut it off.
Oh, okay.
No, I got you. I got that. So good. First time running this and recording.